How's it going, everybody, and welcome to the Joys of Aquatics channel. So this is my 29-gallon main community tank. Basically what I do with this tank as of right now is I keep my grown-up platies because I raise baby platies. Woo isn't so much by choice, but that'll be another video. And I keep the adults here, and I do have a shop that I go ahead and barter these for more, aquarium supplies. So just want to make a quick video here of the 29-gallon. For those of you who are familiar with my main channel, you guys will know that this is, I believe, the 4th generation of babies, along with some of the 5th generation as well. And you can see they are very big now. They are fully grown, sexually mature adults, and that's actually starting to be a problem for me because my babies are having babies. And if you guys know anything about how genetics work in general, not exactly a good thing. They will, when fish breed with their own siblings, there's a much greater chance for genetic defects, and that makes them unsellable. And sometimes it actually hurts their health as well. So I need to get rid of these guys, if hopefully in a week I will do so, or majority of them I'll get rid. There are a handful I do plan to keep, like for example this male right here. This is a male neon blue wag. He's one of my main breeding males. This male here as well that you guys see, that big guy, he's one of my newer males. I do want to keep him. He's a pretty, pretty big, pretty nice fish. So I might just be getting different females so I avoid any gene issues here. I am also usually keep about like 2 or 3 of these female neon blue wags. And then most of these, like I said, will go. Some of them will not. You can probably notice on like 2 or 3 of them right now that just passed by the camera. Some of these guys have these little white spots on them. And it's not ick. It's just like a single white spot. What this is mainly they're fighting. And if you guys know how to tell the difference between males and females in this tank, there are way more males in this batch of babies than there are females. And they are fighting a lot. I do have a couple of the males already in a quarantine tank because they've beaten each other up so much that I've just had to do those. See, you can see one of them flaring up right there. They are fighting right there. So these guys have no problem fighting with each other right now. So yeah, I got to get rid of these guys as soon as possible. So, and like I said, my babies are having babies, so that is a bit of a problem. There's not that many around, but they've realized since I've kept this here that this mesh area is a safe spot for them. So even though this guy is outside there, he is still pretty safe in comparison to the rest of the tank. One thing I am going to do is I'm going to go back to shoving more moss in here so these little guys have more areas to escape to. What I'm going to start doing with this tank is when fish are born in this tank, I'm not going to try to rescue them as I usually do. Like maybe these guys will probably be the last batch of babies that I'm going to rescue if they're born in this tank. And from now on, I'm just, for this tank only, of course, I'm adopting the concept of survival of the fittest. So I will make areas for fry to be able to escape and hopefully survive. Again, main idea will be to shove a bunch of moss into this log here, or get a smaller one and put a bunch of moss in it, and it could be a little safe zone for the babies. Get more of this hornwort and anacris back here, and preferably more of the hornwort so it kind of bushes out a little better, because anacris doesn't really bush out. And that could be, this whole corner here can be a safe area for fry. And this is going to eventually be replaced, but since they tend to get algae in this corner on my sponge filters, once it starts getting algae, the fish or the fry can actually eat from that algae. Yeah, I mean, as far as water parameter goes, only issue I've been having is I had a little bit of a pH drop, but I was able to solve that with Seachem Seachem Matrix, Seachem Alkaline. I'm not 100% sure what it is. I'll try to show it in another video. But I added some of that daily, and I got the pH back up to 7. I like to keep my pH at 7, 7.2. Some people disagree with me. That it just works for me. And the fish don't really seem to have an issue with it. These guys are hoping that I feed them. I'm not going to feed them. These guys can't get over, because as babies I feed them 4 to 5 times a day. Some of them can't get over that. So then they're expecting to be fed constantly. But no. But aside from that, I think about a week ago, I did have pretty high nitrate levels, which that's just really just water changes. But for those of you who know my channel a little bit better than others, I do have to be careful. Basically, majority of my water change is Kroger spring water. Kroger spring water, usually the pH is between 7 and 7.2. It's got no chlorine, it's got no chloramines or anything like that. But regardless, I still use Seachem Prime to condition the water. And, I use a big portion of store-bought water, and then I use a small portion of the water that comes out of my sink. And the reason I do that is because the water that comes out of my sink in my part of LA County has 0.5 ammonia, or 0.5 parts per millionth of ammonia right out of the tap. And that's dangerous for these fish. So, this is a 29 gallon. The safest amount that I can probably put in there would be around 7-8 gallons of my tap water, and the rest, the store-bought spring water. I could go and get RO water and then, mix my own RO water, but I'm not good with mixing ratios. I don't feel confident about it yet, so I don't do that yet. But yeah, as far as those two little issues go, one more thing. I did lose a male. For those of you who know my main channel, again, you remember this guy had a rival, a whitish and orange rival. Actually, this one's father there. You guys see these guys who have a little bit of white in them? Their father was just orange and white, with a bit of a high fin. And he did pass away last week. And the only thing that I've really think that it was is, like I said, I have too many males in here, and these boys love to fight, and I am pretty sure they gave old dad a run for his money, and dad couldn't handle it anymore. So I am assuming, by majority, that he died from stress. So, and it is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe. For those of you who are familiar with my main channel, I'm not doing my aquarium videos on that channel anymore. I'm going to do my aquarium videos on this channel, the Joys of Aquatics channel. Thank you for watching again. Have a great day.